An elderly woman sits quietly in a corner of the market, with a few items in a small bamboo basket. As people rush by, she patiently waits for a customer. Almost brand new. That's why many people love thrift shopping. Every visit is like a treasure hunt, because you never know what you'll find next. Some people come here to save money. Others enjoy finding unique styles that are difficult to see in regular stores. Many small business owners also visit markets like this to buy clothes for resale. Giving these clothes a second life also helps reduce waste. Instead of throwing away perfectly wearable clothing, someone else can continue using it. For many families, this is an affordable way to buy quality clothes while spending less. I'm using Google Maps to find my way to one of the biggest secondhand clothing markets in Da Nang today. I'm doing a fun challenge to see if I can find a nice shirt for just 10,000 VND. The market is open all day, but the secondhand section only starts operating at 2 o'clock. Hello everyone, welcome back to Life of Dung Vietnam. Today, I'm taking you to Con Market 1, of the most famous and bustling traditional markets in Da Nang City. From my house to Con Market is about 8.3 kilometers. If you go by car, it takes around 21 minutes, and by motorbike it's only about 19 minutes, depending on traffic conditions. For locals, Con Market is a familiar place to shop for food, clothes, household items, and to enjoy many delicious dishes. For tourists, it's also a great place to visit. Want to experience the daily life and rhythm of Da Nang's people. But today, I'm not here to buy food. My goal is to explore the clothing section, a place where many people come to hunt for nice outfits at affordable prices. I'm also really curious to see whether I can find anything both stylish and budget-friendly today. So now, let's hit the road and start our journey exploring Con Market. As soon as we enter the market, the atmosphere begins to change. More and more people are walking in the same direction. Some are carrying large bags, while others are already leaving with clothes they've just bought. The deeper we walk, the busier it becomes. You can already hear vendors calling out prices from every direction. This is one of the busiest areas inside Con Market, especially for people looking for affordable clothing. Let's see what we can find. This is the second-hand clothing area, known locally as GBN. Instead of clothes hanging neatly on racks, many items are spread across large tarps on the ground. People gather closely around each pile, searching carefully through hundreds of shirts, jackets, and children's clothes. Some shoppers move very quickly because they don't want to miss the best pieces. Others take their time, checking every detail before deciding whether to buy. Listen carefully to the sounds around us.com. You can hear vendors calling out today's prices, customers asking questions, and conversations happening everywhere. This lively atmosphere is something you don't usually experience in shopping malls. Shopping here requires patience. You have to check the fabric, look for stains, inspect the stitching, and make sure the size is right. Sometimes you search for 10 minutes and find nothing. Then suddenly you discover something that looks almost brand new. That's why many people love thrift shopping. Every visit is like a treasure hunt because you never know what you'll find next. Some people come here to save money. Others enjoy finding unique styles that are difficult to see in regular stores. Many small business owners also visit markets like this to buy clothes for resale. Giving these clothes a second life also helps reduce waste. Instead of throwing away perfectly wearable clothing, someone else can continue using it. For many families, this is an affordable way to buy quality clothes while spending less. Even if you don't plan to buy anything, simply watching everyone search through the piles is an interesting experience. The energy here is incredible. People are focused and always hoping the next item they pick up will be the perfect one. This busy corner of Con Market shows a different side of everyday life in Vietnam that many tourists never get to see. Many of the shoppers here aren't tourists at all. They're local people looking for good quality clothes at affordable prices, while others are small business owners searching for unique pieces to resell in their own shops. Shopping here takes patience. You can't expect to find something special in just a few minutes. Sometimes you need to look through hundreds of items before discovering one that catches your eye. That's what makes thrift shopping so exciting. Every visit feels different because the selection changes all the time. No two shopping trips are ever exactly the same. As I continue walking through the rows of clothing, I'm always wondering what I'll find next. Maybe it's a jacket that still looks brand new, a beautiful dress, or simply a comfortable shirt at a great price. Whether you leave with a full shopping bag or empty-handed, the experience itself is worth it. It's a chance to see how local people shop, interact with each other, and enjoy the excitement of finding something unexpected. For me, this isn't just about buying clothes. It's about experiencing a small but authentic part of everyday life in Vietnam. After patiently searching for a while, I finally picked out 5 short-sleeve t-shirts for my youngest child, each costing only 10,000 Vien. Honestly, I'm not as patient as many people here. Just after glancing through a few piles of clothes, I already felt a bit overwhelmed by how many options there were. The shoppers here, however, are completely different. They seem to have a lot of experience with secondhand clothes. With just a quick look, they can immediately tell which items are nice, which are still in good condition, and which are worth buying. Their movements are fast and decisive, making them look extremely professional. I also noticed that the sellers really understand their customers well. They don't just sit there watching people browse. They also pay attention to what kind of clothes each customer is looking for, their size. When they see that a customer still hasn't found anything suitable, they proactively pick out a few items from other piles for them to try. With just a quick glance at the customer's build or a few simple questions, they can choose the right size and style quite accurately. Perhaps because they've been doing this job for many years, they have a deep understanding of every batch of goods they sell, as well as what customers usually look for. It's the quickness and experience of both buyers and sellers that creates such a unique atmosphere in this secondhand clothing area. Everything is lively and bustling, yet still has its own order. Find it to be a very interesting experience, one that not every market can offer. After searching at several different stalls, I decided to move to another corner of the secondhand clothing area. This section was less crowded, so I thought it would be easier to look around and have more time to pick out clothes. At first glance, I assumed that all the nice items had probably already been picked out by earlier shoppers. The remaining piles of clothes looked quite messy, so I didn't have high expectations of finding anything, but I still wanted to give it another try. I patiently went through each shirt, hoping that maybe there were still some suitable pieces left. Luckily, my patience paid off. After a while of searching, I managed to pick up 1 short-sleeve t-shirt and 2 long-sleeve shirts for my youngest child. All of them were priced at 10,000 VND each. Sometimes, the nice items aren't on top, but are hidden underneath. If you take a little more time, you can still find very good quality clothes at extremely affordable prices. After finishing my selection, I brought the shirts to the seller to check out. She quickly counted the items, neatly folded the clothes, and put them into a bag for me. In total, I found 8 shirts for my youngest child today at a very budget-friendly price. I felt quite satisfied with what I had picked out. After finishing the payment, I still didn't rush to leave the secondhand clothing area. I wanted to walk around a bit more to take in the atmosphere here more closely. The deeper I went inside, the more I saw piles of clothes arranged in long, continuous rows, Each pile had dozens of people carefully searching through them. Some spots were filled only with t-shirts, others with jeans, jackets, or children's clothing. The sounds of sellers constantly calling out prices, customers asking questions, and people calling each other when they found something nice all blended together to create a very lively atmosphere. Even though it was crowded, everyone was focused on picking out their own items. What I found interesting was that almost everyone here had their own way of choosing clothes. Some people slowly flipped through each item to carefully check the fabric and stitching. Others only needed a quick glance to know which pieces were worth taking. They probably had a lot of experience, so it only took them a few seconds to make a decision. I also realized that each pile of clothes felt like a treasure hunt. No one knew where the next good item would be. It was this element of surprise that made many people willing to spend hours here just to find a few truly satisfying pieces. For me, this is not just a place to buy cheap clothes, but also a very interesting corner of everyday life in Da Nang. I noticed that the clothes here are divided into many different piles. Some piles are filled with t-shirts, while others have jackets, jeans, or children's clothing. People simply head to the section that matches what they're looking for and begin searching. Some shoppers find something they like almost as soon as they arrive, while others spend a long time browsing without wanting to leave. I think for many of them, finding just one perfect piece makes all the time and effort worthwhile. Now, I will leave the clothing pile area to continue exploring other parts of Shaw, CSN, and see what other interesting things are waiting ahead. After exploring the secondhand clothing section, I continued to the area where new clothes are sold. As soon as I stepped into this part of the market, I immediately noticed the difference. There were no longer crowds of people gathered around piles of clothes like in the thrift section. Everything here felt much quieter, cleaner, and more organized. The clothes were neatly displayed on racks and shelves, making it easy for customers to browse. This area mainly supplies wholesale clothing to fashion stores throughout Da Nang and the surrounding areas. I could see many shop owners carefully checking products, writing orders, and preparing shipments for delivery. Although this is primarily a wholesale market, many of the shops also sell individual items, so anyone can stop by and make a purchase. Both sections are dedicated to clothing, but they offer completely different shopping experiences. The thrift section is lively, fast-paced, and full of excitement. In contrast, the wholesale section is calm, organized, and focused on business. Both areas revolve around clothing, yet they offer completely different shopping experiences, clearly reflecting the differences in how each business model is organized and operated. First, the secondhand clothing section stands out for its lively atmosphere, fast pace, and strong sense of exploration. Here, buyers usually have to search on their own, choosing from countless used items sold at very low prices, sometimes creating a feeling of finding a bargain. It is precisely the element of surprise and randomness in the selection process that gives this area its distinctive appeal. In contrast, the wholesale section presents a completely different image. The space here is quieter, more systematically organized, and operates in a more professional, business-oriented manner. This difference is not only reflected in the atmosphere, but also clearly seen in the way goods are arranged and in the working processes. In terms of product sources and pricing, the two areas also show a significant contrast. While the secondhand section attracts buyers with low prices and a sense of unexpected value, the new goods section has higher prices that correspond to product, quality, and origin. Most of the goods here are imported from Guangzhou, China, or supplied by domestic manufacturers. After spending quite a long time exploring the clothing areas in Khan Market, I started to feel a bit tired from walking for so long. This was also the moment when I wanted to find a place to rest and sit down for a few minutes to relax. Right inside the market, There are many stalls selling juices, smoothies, and desserts, along with various street snacks such as B&H. The drinks are made immediately after customers place their orders, so they are always fresh and cold, especially popular on hot days when the market is crowded. Today, I decided to choose a cup of avocado ice cream, a famous dessert that many people visiting Dung want to try. Avocado ice cream is one of the most popular desserts in Dung, loved not only by locals but also by many tourists. This dish is made from blended ripe avocado combined with a scoop of cold ice cream, creating a rich, creamy flavor that is not overly sweet. The cup has a natural avocado aroma mixed with the gentle sweetness of the ice cream, giving it a smooth, creamy, and very easy to eat texture. A cup of avocado ice cream usually costs between VND about 0.95 to 1.14 USD, which is quite a reasonable price for a fresh and delicious dessert. After many hours of walking around the market in the hot weather, this refreshing treat helped me cool down and quickly regain my energy. If you ever have the chance to visit Dung, I think you should try avocado ice cream at least once. It is a simple dessert, but it carries a very distinctive flavor of this coastal city. That brings today's visit to Khan Market to an end. Every time I visit a traditional market like this, I always feel a special connection to the local way of life. It's more than just a place to shop, where you can experience the everyday rhythm of the community. In just a few hours, I had the chance to explore many different sides of the market, from the lively second-hand clothing section and the organized wholesale clothing area to the local food and drink stalls that give Da Nang its unique charm. I hope this video has given you a better understanding of everyday life in Vietnam and inspired you to visit Khan Market if you ever have the opportunity to travel to Da Nang. Thank you so much for joining me on today's journey. If you enjoy videos that explore everyday local life in Vietnam, don't forget to subscribe to DungLifeVietnam so you won't miss my future adventures. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more authentic experiences from Vietnam, please like this video, subscribe to DungLifeVietnam, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future adventures. Your support means so much to me.